turn me, oh, that's it, turn me book off a second. Now, still thirsty, as you can see. It's getting cold, but I wanted to do some bits, and I've got loads of these chunks of polystyrene here. So I'm splitting them into triangles to give me my top lip. It's something I always do on my ponds and tanks, is I put a triangle top on it, so then if any of the little buggers do decide that they're going to go up the wall, if they go up the wall, they end up back in the tank. Hence why 9 times out of 10 I don't have jump guards. No need for them with this, because I've decided I'm not going to pay £20–30 for a sheet of insulation. Let's get the torch on. There we go. So what I'm going to do when the camera focuses is I'm going to have another bash at rendering, and I'm going to render these bits here, and then I'm going to fiberglass straight on top. So I've got this little bit here to do, and then all the way around the back wall and along there as well. Oh, get your fingers out the way, boy. So yeah, what I'm doing is I'm cutting triangles, and I'm sticking them into the corners with some silicone, giving it a good smush to hold it in place. That one's not being used, by the way. And then, to protect it from the resin and so forth from melting it, I've then moulded and shaped with silver foil tape, which will stop this from melting when we resin it. And like I say, tank connector should be here tomorrow, so I can get the tank connector in there and somehow get into that lot there, because that clay is now like fucking concrete. So on that note, I'm going to put you down, put my book back on, and try and get as far as I can, because I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bricks left to put in, but I can still get the corner in here and the top edge around there and that corner and that piece there. I'll probably stay out here till it's too cold or Susan drags me in one or the other. On that note, I'm going back to my book, and I will catch you lot tomorrow. Howdy doody, guys and girls. Hidey hi campers. Just to let everyone know, all the fittings are now gone. They're going to get posted. So what have I been up to today? Not a great deal. Just been one of those days. So I have done a little bit, and I am doing a little bit, so I'll flick you around and we'll have a look. So this is how far I got last night. Got the corner down, and before you all start screaming you're going to put a window in there that needs to be recessed, yes, this is going to be shaped once I start putting the beading round, so I can do a last little bit of render down this bit here and then down this side. But it's solid, it ain't going nowhere. Stuck that on there with just plain old cheap old silicone, give it a good smush in, bead the edges, and then tape straight over the top of it. And of course I've had to stop here because I've still got, like I say, 11 bricks or whatever it is to go across there, but I've got enough bits of polystyrene to do that. And it was wet in here this morning, pissed down rain overnight, so the tape just isn't going to stick to the brickwork at the moment, so there's no point trying to finish that section there. But I've got this corner is in, obviously like that side, like that side there. That's pretty much where the floor is going to sort of like curve up to and bowl to the bottom. Where's it put? Where this will be. It will be in the centre there. I'll have a grid in over the top of it, but that I want that to be only sitting out the ground by the sort of like the depth of my thumb. So I've got to try and get. I will probably trim that down a little bit itself, and I might even trim a little bit off of the joint on the 90 that it's going on to, just to shorten things down just a little bit. But yeah, that will be a direct feed from that 90. That 90 will be there. The pipe will go straight along the floor, straight up. It will then hit a 3-inch slide valve, and then the 3-inch pipe will go straight into the easy pod, which will then be returned by the pump to the shower that's going to be there. And like I say, I'm going to be constructing an airlift for this wall. I didn't bother going for a Tommy drain in the end. 2-inch tank connector cost me about £7. If I wanted that with a little dome over it, it was like 16 odd quid, and I'm like, no, fuck that. So I was, just like the bottom drain, going to put a bit of mesh over there. But then, like I say, my man Stu from Surrey Koi, he popped round with a load of bits, and in there was a broken, well, what he said was a broken skimmer, but like he said, you tinker, so you probably get something out of it. And that's my next job, is working out the pipe work to hold the skimmer in place. And I can then take it away, put it to one side until the tank is fiberglassed, and then it will get glued in place. But that being said, I can get the pipe work for the airlift return in and glued in place. Which will go along there, and it will come through the wall, 2-inch, feed into, I'm not sure if I'm going to put a bend in it and then bend it down to a T and then bring it back up, or go straight into the T but have the air chamber further down and then come up. So there's still a little bit jiggery pokery going on there, but before I do any of that, the first bit of pipe work that will be going in is the 4-inch pipe work for the bottom drain, because once I've got that in, I know then how much play I've got for other pipe work, because I want to keep it as close to the tank as possible. Otherwise, the whole point of putting this section here will be nonsensical, because if I take more of it because of pipe work, and then we're never going to get a table, let alone fucking chairs over there. So that's why I'm trying to make it as short as possible. And on the other side is, on any pipe run, any pipe run, any pond, any tank build, if possible, you want as little pipe work as possible. So I've held that one in place with a couple of screws and a couple of red raw plugs, and what I've done is I actually I drilled a couple of pilot holes, and then what's the word for it? Oh fucking hell, Vincent. Countersunk. I made a countersink with a larger drill bit, because it's only plastic, so yeah, do that by hand. You'll be surprised how deep it goes into plastic by hand. So yeah, those screws are actually flush, so, and the tank connector does sit just a little bit proud from the wall, and I will render as best as possible as best as possible up to and round it. But that's about where we're at today at the moment. And as you can see, John's picked up the cement mixer, so the garden's looking even bigger. Fish aren't too bad. You'll find every now and then the odd one will slow right down and just stay in one place for about 10-15 minutes, and then they're up and off again. I have not long checked the temperatures, and I'm sorry you're not having any food, kiddies, because your water is like 7.9 degrees, so you've got no hope. As for these hungry buggers in here, they're getting the Takazumi easy mix at the moment until my junior premium arrives. But I'll have to try and get the underwater camera out and give you some underwater shots of these guys now, because they are now putting on some size. So until next time, well, that's me for today. Oh. Put the flash on for you. There we go. Right, with the skimmer pipe works in place. That pipe's only there because I haven't glued this one. This one will not get glued until the fiberglass has been done. But I've had to reshape this area here so that I can actually get the basket out. So yeah. So what I've done is I've put a tank connector on the bottom. Hasn't been sealed yet with silicone, because I've been concentrating on this section here. But yeah, just use a tank connector, cut a bigger hole in the bottom. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. So I've got to here. So there's my isolation point to isolate the skimmer off, and then it will literally go from there to there, and then going down to the bottom of the tank I will have 2-inch pipe with the air chamber that I create in the bottom, and then from there we'll come up 1.5 inches straight back into the pond. So I'm going to have a quick tidy up, and we'll have another look once it's all put back. There we go, all cleaned down and tidy. Don't forget the easy pod has still got to be lifted up more yet, so there will be access to all respective areas. So, put my drink out the way. When you look down, there will be the skimmer bobbing along, singing a song. I wonder if someone can tell me where that song comes from. So yeah, it's all coming together. Another good song, actually, thinking about that. Beatles. Shack-da-dum-dum. Shack-da-dum-dum. He gone flat up, he got... Yeah, you don't want... Shut up, dog! It's only me shutting the gate, you retard. Shut up! It's only me. Fucking stupid Mexican. So we're going here. Turn the flash off now. There we go. Say hello, party people. They know it's coming. They know it's coming. Like, dun da da dun 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 da da dun 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 da da dun 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 da da dun. I love it. Overfly plug's not pumping, so that's good. Everything's working tickety-boo. So I will catch you all on the next one.